a very easy and playway method. This is the only objective behind for setting up the science cities, not only for students and teachers, but also rural masses. So now coming down to the event, as we all know that we all are here to mark the Green Consumer Day today. This is celebrated globally on 28th of September to raise awareness for the importance of recycling, reusing, and reducing the waste material. And also it's a great moment for us that our worthy Director General, PGSC, Dr. Neelima Jared, along with Director Sir and expert of the day, Dr. Krishna Murti Kannan, Head Health and Toxicity Cell from CSIR Niri Nagpur with us today. So moving further, now I'd like to introduce our DG first. Prior to joining PGSC, he was Executive Director, Punjab State Council for Science and Technology, Founder Member, Secretary, Punjab Biodiversity Board, and Punjab State Innovation Council. Dr. Jareth is credited with setting up of Punjab Climate Change Knowledge Center, Punjab Biodiversity Board. Dr. Jareth has also worked as Asia Nodal Officer for 2 UNESCO multi-country projects. In recognition of her services, she was awarded Punjab State Government Award Praman Patra in 1999, Award of Honor for Environment Education and Awareness in 1996. Under her leadership, the Pushpa Gujarat Science City was conferred the National Award for Science Communication in 2016 by Ministry of Science and Technology, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, and Shining Glory Award by Maple Foundation in 2019. Now I request Director General to please address the audience, give the introductory remarks. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Soi. A very good afternoon, everybody. A very good afternoon, the expert of the day, Dr. Krishna Murti, the teachers and the students who are with us. We are going to address a very important issue today, and I would like to say that this is one benefit which we have had of online programs, that people from as far as Nagpur and other places are able to join with us, because earlier when we used to organize all the on-site programs, many a times people would find it difficult to spare 3 days, 2 days to travel and 1 day to speak to children. So in a way, this is a good thing which has happened, and a lot of students also, and a wide range of students can actually come and join us here. So as I told you, the topic of the day is very, very important for all of us, because the most important thing is that we all need to realize and we need to understand that whatever we do today, whatever actions we do today, those actions will have an impact on the future. Those actions will have an impact on the on our planet. It would have an impact on the climate. So we all know that of late, I mean, I'm sure that Indian traditional societies have not been like this, but of late we have developed this culture of consumerism, which is adversely affecting our environment and which can worsen climate change. So we need to change from our present take, make, use economy to reduce, recycle, and reuse economy. And we need to adopt circular economy, a topic on which the expert of the day would be speaking today. The Green Consumer Day, we celebrate to create awareness on adopting eco-friendly practices at the social level, at in our day-to-day lives, and also at the industrial level while manufacturing products and goods, be it at the small-scale industry level or be it at the large-scale industry level. So everywhere we have to use lesser water, we have to find out technologies where we can use lesser raw materials, and whatever waste is produced, we all know that waste is actually a misplaced resource. So if we are able to use it and recycle it, that is the most important thing. We would be able to save a lot of not only resources, also a lot of money. So for sustainable development to happen, it is important that we become green consumers. We reject all which utilizes more energy, more resources. We need to accept all things, or in a way, we need to live a little more frugally than what we are doing now. So a very warm welcome to you, Dr. Krishnamurti. It has been, I have been in touch with NEERI almost since its inception, since the times of Dr. P. Kannan and Dr. A.L. Agrawal, and we have been great friends with Dr. A.L. Agrawal. So it's very good to see somebody from NEERI back on our platform today. A very warm welcome to you. Also, a very warm welcome to all the teachers and the students who are here with us today. Because Dr. Krishnamurti, I would like to inform you that at PGSC, we have started a program called SD Ask, which is Sustainable Development, Attitude, Skills, and Knowledge, which is for school children. And a lot of children participate in it. We have identified a few schools, and every fortnight we do a program. So this program of today will also add to the knowledge which we are trying to impart to the students under the SD Ask scheme. Nice. So we look forward to hearing your talk. I would request you, I know that people at NEERI are doing very high-end research, but I would request you to please come down to the level of our children, so that they are able to understand and appreciate all what NEERI is doing and all what they have to do as children. So thank you very much for accepting our invitation to be here. And once again, a very warm welcome to all. The platform is all yours. Thank you.
So thank you, ma'am, for your words of the wisdom. Now moving further, I'm going to introduce the expert of the day, Dr. Krishnamurti Kannan, who has done the master degree in environmental toxicology and doctorate degree in biochemistry from RTM Nagpur University, Nagpur. He is serving in CSIR NEERI since September 1995 and is currently heading the Department of Health and Toxicity Cell since 2018. His group deals with the occupational and environmental health, air and water pollution. He has been project leader for many of the government, industry, and sponsored research consultancy projects. Dr. Krishnamurti was also nominated by the Ministry of Petrochemical and National Disaster Management Authority, New Delhi, as a team of leaders to investigate the styrene leak incidents occurred on 7th of the May 2020 at Messrs. Algae Polymers Private Limited, Visakhapatnam. I think everybody knows about that was happened. His specialization include environmental and industrial toxicology, environmental monitoring, health risk assessment, including climate change and health impacts. Dr. Krishnamurti has about 29 years of research experience with involvement in over 35 research and consultancy projects in various capacities. He has organized 12 national and international conferences, also editorial board member for many national and international journals, and having more than 90 publications in national and international journals. He was also a committee member on climate change and health at Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, New Delhi, Government of India. So, sir, now I request our honorable expert to please start with your session, sir. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, doctor. I must thank Dr. Nilima, madam, for her praise of our NEERI. So, as she has interacted with our previous director, Professor Purushottam Kannan, who is a pioneer in the environmental biotechnology field. Though in spite of being an engineer, environmental engineer, so he has started biotechnology research under his regime. So he served 2 terms, like 6 years, means 12 years of directorship at NIRI. So still we like cherish his directorship because he has done more developments of our NIRI. Still, it is internationally acclaimed because of his and other his successors' efforts, sustained efforts. So, with this, I thank Dr. Nilima Madam and the other organizers of Pushpa Gujarat Science City for giving me this opportunity and for being among the learned audience and school childrens. So, as suggested by the organizers, I'm going to talk about circular economy and its sustainability aspects. So, circular economy, as Madam Nilima Madam has suggested or mentioned about the linear economy. So, in from the industrial era, the economy was majorly on profit oriented. So they were mainly oriented on the how much profit they can earn. Any industrialist, they focus majorly on the profit, how much they can earn from less. Okay, so that way they did take the resources, make the products, and sell it for the use. And when the buyers use it, after use, they dispose it off at their mercy. So this was the linear economy model, as she has mentioned clearly about take, make, use, and dispose. So this is called linear economy, which is not a right economy or not a suggested economy. In place of this, because it has lots of implications on environment. So when a product is being disposed, so either it should be disposed on land or on water. So if it is disposed on land, so it will create contamination of land. And if it is disposed on water, so it will cause the water contamination. Thereby, the when water contamination occurs, then the biodiversity of the water system gets damaged, or even to compensate that, the newer species level will be, biodiversity will be occurring. So those are unwanted, non-native species. So thereby the biodiversity will get changed or affected more. Like take, make, use, and dispose is not a viable option, rather we can say. So there are around 500 billion tons per year of waste is being disposed, and only 1% is mainly recycled or used, and the rest 99% lands into either on the land or on the water. So which is not a viable option. So in place of the linear economy, we suggest the circular economy. So circular economy, how it works? So when raw materials are taken, so with the raw material, they make a product. When they make a product, then the product is being sold to the end users. When end user uses it, and instead of disposing it off onto the environment, so those waste, it is not a waste, it's a resource for the recyclable material. So that recyclable material will be recycled, either recycled or reused or returned to the economical options. So in industrial ecology, like circular economy in practice, so the major challenge of our country is climate change. That is no big news. Companies have understood that they need to take action as business as usual. Approaches are no longer sufficient or nor compatible with the current development of the world. Though digitization.
Sorry to interrupt. Your screen is not visible. You have not shared your screen.
It is shared only.
Actually, it was shared in the starting sir, for testing only. I
Oh.
that.
Is it so?
Ritesh, can you advise him, please?
Sir, there is one green button there in the your Zoom window.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is written share screen. Kindly
Yeah.
click on that.
Yeah. Screen share. Share பண்ணல screen.
Yes.
Share பண்ணிருந்தது. அவ்வளவு இல்ல. இங்க share. இந்த screen share. இந்த screen. Yeah, is it visible?
Yeah, it is visible now, sir. Kindly open your presentation, sir.
Shared தான். இப்போ இந்த presentation open பண்றேன். நீங்க க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிடுங்க.
Yes, sir. Now it is visible, sir. Kindly make it full screen, sir. You are pressing F5.
Oh, that's
Yes, sir.
yes, perfectly okay.
Yeah. So, as I was mentioning about circular economy, linear and circular economy. So there are major challenges in our country. Although the need for digitization is increasingly present and 4.0 is there to support that. What is missing is in collaboration. So industrial ecology is emerging as a viable solution as it focuses on reducing the consumption of natural resources, saving energy, and reducing greenhouse gas emissions in a network of organizations. So what is the link with circular economy? So there are economic system for exchange and production, which at all stages of the product life cycle aims to increase the efficiency of resource use and reduce the impact on the environment while enabling people to live well. The fundamentally circular economy adopts a completely different point of view compared to linear economy, which is the business as usual case. So for many years, a linear economic model of take, make, use, dispose has been the dominant social logic with regard to production and consumption. So this way of thinking has negative impact on the planet's resource, and the circular economic perspective provides a new way of thinking, like decoupling economic growth from virgin resource extraction. The renewable energy is just like products. Renewable energy sustains in a circular economy. The energy used in the circular economy is renewable energy sources. The circular economic principle is waste getting used as a resource. As mentioned by the in the introductory remark by the Dr. Nilima, the waste is a resource for another person, which is a main features of circular economy. So all the biodegradable items returns to nature and non-biodegradable are reused. The second use, it means reintroducing the component in ecosystem where the usage is different from what it was earlier, and also reusing the parts of or the whole product which can have a different value in the economic circuit. Also reparation, it refers the fixing damaged parts of the product and giving it a second life. So it's renewable. There is another aspect on valorization. It means harnessing or generating energy from the resources that can't be recycled. So that way valorization can be useful for as a circular model. The functionality economy aims at replacing the sale of goods with rental usage of goods to increase the value and usage of the products more. After completing the main function, the product is separated, reused, and recycled accordingly. The energy from renewable energy and the elimination of fossil fuels to produce, reuse, or recycle products. And eco-design is a practice of design thinking with environmental impacts as an important factor while creating the product. So these are all factors in circular economy. And the benefits of circular economy are it is fewer greenhouse gas emissions, and it is healthy and fertile for soils, and it is having fewer negative externalities. Also, economic benefits of creating circular economy are increased potential for economic growth, then more resources are saved instead of wastage or simply dumped onto the land and water, and it has economic growth. So other benefits of creating circular economy are new profit opportunities, then reduction in volatility in the price of raw materials and demand for new services. So these are some of the benefits due to circular economy. And there are difficulties faced in the circular economy business model. The social and economic factors are not considered while pricing, like financial market more prevalent than people and nature while making economic decisions. The demand for circular products are small. So there is not much supply in the service or professional field of design thinking. The current economic system is fueling more for linear economy model of production than circular economy. So therefore, laws and regulations are not prepared for this kind of innovation. So the GDP index does not consider sustainability as a part of value addition, thereby making its role in the economy irrelevant or difficult. Hence, we need to change the laws and rules and regulations according to promote the circular economy. Then how is circular economy a stepping stone towards sustainability? So you can see cradle to cradle approach. Though this design philosophy believes that all material involved in industrial and commercial processes to be of value. And it also focuses on creating product designs that create a more positive impact than negative one, and thereby reduces the negative impact through efficient management. So it aims to create product components that can be continuously recovered and reutilized as a biological and technical nutrients in these processes. Also eliminating the concept of waste, and the power utilized is completely renewable energy. The performance economies or circular economy pursues four main goals, like product life extension, then services rather than product, and functional service economy and performance economy. So these concepts believes that circular economy should work under a framework. And there are biomimicry. This is a new discipline of study where nature's best idea in terms of design and process is imitated to solve human problems. And nature as an inspiration to innovation, and nature as an sustainability standard, and nature as a mentor. So these are some of the definition and the usefulness of circular economy. And the natural capitalism, it includes like air, water, soil, etc. And it believes that usually the business interest and environmental sustainability overlaps. Like many industrialists, they focus majorly on business, like profits, and thereby they forget on the environmental aspects and environmental sustainability. So therefore, there should be laws, stringent rules and regulations to avoid the unsustainable use of environment. The increasing productivity of natural resources and the shift to biologically inspired products that eliminate the concept of waste, and the residual is either adds up to harmless fuel in ecosystem or acts as an input in other manufacturing processes. The human needs put pressure on demand for natural resources. The goal is to reuse, restore, and regenerate is the mantra of circular economy, as aptly mentioned by the DG Dr. Nilima Madam. Then there is I would like to quote examples at national and at international. So at nationally, about Earth 5R, there is one agency working on environment for the environment in the form of corporate social responsibility programs in India. Earth5R specializes in circular economy based projects. It also offers short-term and long-term environmental courses. Earth5R is globally sustainability hub, is a cross-sector and cross-countries collaboration in pursuit of UN Sustainable Development Goals. So it is located in Mumbai, India. It is an excellent opportunity for governments and the private sector to engage with communities, use sustainability-based models to derive economic changes and as well as create social and environmental impact. So in Earth5R, they use humans are systematically destroying our own planet, working towards our own extinction. So garbage everywhere. So they streamline the garbages. The workers in Earth5R, they segregate the waste into their item wise, and similarly only 10% of the plastic is non-recyclable. Rest 90% can be reused and send it to landfills. Now that we have segregated and let us recycle. Like Earth5R, they segregate and recycle them, the plastic as well as the other glass and other materials. So you can see they are being segregated and it is ready for recycling. And zero waste and compost units at Ghatkopar, India, Earth5R. So you can see there are model. These are the containers containing waste material for compost. So they produce compost from the biodegradable waste, and thereby they minimize the waste, and the waste is recycled into a product as a fertilizer. And here students from the Rotary Club Bombay find plastics near Powai Lake in India at under the Earth5R scheme. So they segregate, collect and segregate the plastics. And some of the training and circular economy models are recycling training at Palghar, India. The dormant potential of recovering waste and promoting circular economy can go ahead only if the citizens of people actively partake in segregating waste, developing a network of composting for organic waste, then recycling for dry waste, and minimizing waste going to landfill. For this, community awareness and sensitivity are the essential part. So as Dr. Nilima Madam was mentioning about, the school children are taught from the school level onwards on the awareness about environment and green economy and circular economy and green consumer day, about awareness on green consumer day as 28th September of every year being celebrated. So that way we can create awareness and sensitize the younger minds. That will be more useful when they go home. So they will again make aware of their parents about the green way of life. And some of their training and circular economy models are volunteers build sustainable communities. To tackle these issues, Earth5R organized a mangrove cleanup drive at Bandra, India as a part of ACT Mumbai project. The team comprises of citizen, youth volunteers, and interns at R35R who are part of global internship program, and municipality, rag pickers, and local businesses are also a part of the team. The task was to collect waste and segregate it into as recyclable and non-recyclables. The recyclables are to be segregated into metals, plastics, and so that they could be easily sold by the rag pickers to the recyclers. And the lake cleanup, in another model, they worked on lake cleanup. The team has so far successfully recycled 1 ton of plastics and brought it back to circular economy rather than allowing it to fill up and landfill. And it also works with the ideology that simply picking up waste and dumping it elsewhere is not a sustainable solution. Instead, the team recycles, upcycles, and returns it to the circular economy. So recycle and upcycles the materials. The challenge of circular economy is simple. Limit the waste of used resources and save products and materials as much as possible to minimize the impact on the environment. So it is part of a comprehensive action plan that includes, among others, the following elements like sustainable supply. So sustainable supply is nothing but aiming for efficient exploitation and extraction, and using that waste is minimized. And eco-design is when designing a process, service, or good, it is essential to consider the entire life cycle by limiting environmental impacts. So therefore, in order to study the life cycle assessment of each and every product should be done. Okay, so that way the agencies like authorities can take action accordingly. The economy of functionality, a type of organization between companies which will exchange flows or share their needs. So like one industry's waste can be a resource or raw material for another industry. So that way, like the agents can work for joining the two industries. Then responsible consumption. It is nothing but given priority over possession, so that it is preferable to sell services related to products rather than products themselves. So like instead of generating product, the products can be utilized as a raw material for the newer products. The extension of the duration of use. So we will tend to repair, sell, give, or buy second hand rather than throw away. So this concept is there in Europe and other Western countries. So they have a flea market kind of thing in Saturday, Sunday, like holidays time. So there will be a community center where the citizens will bring their unwanted material, means reused or unwanted materials, in order to sell it, recycle it for others, whoever wishes to use it for further use. So that way they recycle it. Instead of wasting it into the dustbin, they resell, maybe economical reason or for the environmental reason. So that way the awareness is more in Western countries. So that way we also need to make a social kind of thing. In social sector, we may also think of recycling the products similar to the flea market. In India also we can do. So recycling and reusing is the mantra of circular and green economy. The industrial ecology is nothing but it's a part of circular economy. It is it goes in hand with circular economy. So it is relatively new field that is based on a natural paradigm, and industrial ecosystem may behave in a similar way to the natural ecosystem in which everything gets recycled. So there will not be any waste generation. Then it mainly focuses on assessing the potential role of industry in reducing environmental burdens throughout the analysis of flows of materials and energy in products of life cycle and processes. So it is also cost reduction and reducing the environmental impact and the regulatory compliance and all their share of responsibility and therefore design products that generate less waste and opt for greener production, treatment and distribution of methods under the industrial ecology. And a successful implementation in industrial ecology is another example. As I mentioned, I will quote an example at international study. So there is Kalundborg, one industry is there. Towards the end of 50s, the first successful implementation of industrial ecology was witnessed in Kalundborg, Denmark. So where several large companies and the municipality, all very resource intensive, agreed to collaborate and recycle their waste and resources in order to achieve industrial symbiosis. So today there are 11 stakeholders working together, and industrial symbiosis describes how a network of diverse organizations can foster eco-innovation and long-term culture change, create and share mutually beneficial transactions, improve business and technical processes. So at Kalundborg, collaboration is based on trust, confidentiality, openness, and cooperation. The mission was to create sustainable development within members through joint projects around circular economy with the following strategic objectives. Like create a network to connect for full resource utilization, strengthen partnerships to increase commitment, promote through sharing knowledge, and inspire others to be part of the symbiosis. The more practically, resources are recycled and shared in an almost closed loop operation anchored in circular logic. So application of an effective waste management recover waste from the stakeholder that can be used as a resource to other. And as a result, Kalundborg has become blueprint for industrial ecology. So by exchanging flows, reducing and treating waste efficiently, it saves up to 665,000 tons of CO2 every year, and 3 million liters of water, 20,000 tons of oil, and 200,000 tons of gypsum every year. So even more interesting was every year roughly 24.2 million euro are being saved using this circular and industrial economy. So in practice, how to implement it easily? The first thing to know before starting such a project is that stakeholders must be complementary and diverse. One man's waste is another man's resource. So stakeholders must be located in the same territory in order to minimize transportation costs and facilitate communication, as mentioned by Dr. Neelima, madam. So you can see the model as recycling. The recycling, long-lasting, the maintenance of the wind turbines. You can see it takes about the timeline on if there are damages, then repair also takes place. Then more amount of reuse will be encouraged in place of disposing. So in fact, the damaged parts are remanufactured and refurbished. Again, it is put to recycle. And there are, in practice, how to implement it easily. So like eco-management and eco-auditing and eco-accounting are major aspects in economy, industrial economy and circular economy. Like overall corporate commitment leads to organize the audit and conduct detailed assessment. So in eco-management, there are 14 aspects are being taken care. Complete commitment, organize management efforts, identify improvement options, then prioritize actions, and after that, implement fast-track options, analyze options, and implement best options from the chosen ones. And after implementing, it is standardize the improvements and continue the process of operation. Then in auditing, there are 12 aspects like organize, audit, gather background, and measure results. In eco-accounting, conduct detailed assessment and measure results. So these are the major aspects in circular economy. So there are mobilizing teams in paramount important for successful project in circular economy, because everyone has the opportunity to act at their own level, and therefore there should be involved in the process. Informing and raising awareness within the team will ensure commitment to the project. For example, production technicians will be able to identify potential energy losses and their origin, as well as suggest ways to counter and improve the process. Moreover, to create a culture of exchange, adopting the right tool to communicate and share information relating to stakeholders' activities in real time is another necessary pillar. For instance, computerized maintenance management software for industrial maintenance to be able to manage leaks and other malfunctions that can threaten the production lines, reduce the cost mitigation and replacement of parts in industrial production. So the conceptual framework of integrated circular economy is nothing but there is quadruple helix model of innovation, which consists of business, civil society, government, and academia. So all four agencies or the organizations together make an innovative aspects and support by literature using the social, economic, sustainable, and environmental innovation. So circular economy, nothing but it includes environmental, social, and economic model, and sustainable way it should be circulate or used in a circular manner. And there are elements of circular economy are renewable energy, so which is transition towards renewable energy instead of fossil energy. So like petroleum, fossil fuel, derived petroleum fuel. So in place of petroleum fuel, we may like promote the biofuels, biodiesel, biofuels, so that so that the renewable energy will be promoted, thereby the environmental impact will be reduced. And similar way, natural capital, use of non-toxic substances and no depletion of natural resources are to be promoted. And similarly, high value reuse and recycling aspects of the products and the raw materials. So longer product lifespan, longer use of product parts, and recycling of materials are to be promoted. Then new revenue models like paying for use instead of ownership, like rental system will be better option in case of the products, and so that the generation of waste will be minimized and the producer remains the product's owner, and he will generate income from this product as a rental. Then product design, so taking reuse, repair, the use of modular parts and the different production process into account. And also the supply chain for collaboration, new alliances between companies in new and established production chains. So similar to Kalundborg in Denmark study, you can promote this supply chain collaboration also, so that minimization of disposal and incineration can be possible. The circular economy and sustainability is an ecosystem where components, products, and byproducts do not lose their value, leading to sustainability. And the fundamental principle of this system is reduce, reuse, and recycle rather than manufacturing and disposal. The circular economy is a closed loop system. The waste is next to zero because every residual from the use of a product is used or converted to make a new product, leading to value addition to the waste. So toxic substances are eliminated from the waste, ensuring the high quality of materials from recycling waste. The meeting quality standards is also an integral part of circular economy. So by using the recycled product, so at the same time, the quality of the product should not be less or neglected. And in circular economy, the short and long-term consequence must be taken into account for every value chain created. And the biodegradable items return to nature and non-biodegradable ones are reused, leading to resource saving. And reusing, alternate use, repairing, valorization, generation of new products or renewable energy is the mantra of circular economy. And the fundamental principle of circular economy is reduce, reuse, and recycle rather than manufacturing and disposal. So this, why I am emphasizing here again and again. So in order to promote the green way of life, so we need to be a circular economy model. We need to work on the circular economy and promote it by using the present several advantages for the environment, such as it reduces the GHG emission, and it is making in clean environment and improve the economy with respect to sustainability, low pressure on non-renewable resources, and demand for new services, etc. And for circular economy to become successful, it is important to consider the environmental and sustainability costs of current practices into account, and thereby develop laws and regulations so that a demand can be created in economically competitive manner. And in order to be successful, it should consider the environmental and sustainable costs of current practices and develop laws and regulations so that a demand can be generated in a economically competitive mode. The circular economy is not about one manufacturer changing one product. So it is about all of the interconnected companies, similar to Kalundborg, that form our infrastructure and economy coming together. It is about rethinking the operating system itself. The green growth and circular economy. So the green growth is resource efficiency, eco-innovation by taking the raw material, production, consumption, and waste prevention and management. So this is green growth is the circular economy package. The Commission has adopted a package of measures and legislative proposals to boost sustainable growth and help Europe make the transition towards a more circular economy by taking into consideration the resource efficiency. The resource efficiency is nothing but using resources more efficiently for a greener, more competitive economy. And also the eco-innovation aspect. So eco-innovation aspect is nothing but enabling the green growth and the transition towards a more circular economy. The circular economy, raw materials are the ensuring our use of raw materials does not deplete the planet's resources. So it should take care of the planet, our earth. So the raw materials and production is to promote greener products and support greener companies and organizations. And consumption, provide transparent information to consumers, enabling them to make greener choices. So here we are still in India, we are still lacking the transparent information about any product. So some of the biodegradable products, so we are not mentioning about its life cycle, life of the product. Okay, so we need to label their lifetime, like its expiry date and other things. So in majority of it, now it is increasing, like awareness is being generated to make the print of the expiry date in each and every product. Okay, so waste prevention and management aspects. So reducing waste and improving waste management is another aspect, and the managing the life cycle of natural resources from extraction through design, manufacture of products to what is considered as waste is essential to green growth and part of developing a resource efficient and circular economy where nothing is wasted. So, and it is a smarter design allowing products to be repaired, reused, remanufactured, and then recycled again should be the norm for circular and green economy. So it is a good for business, citizens, and nature. The European Commission promotes resource efficiency, encourages eco-innovation, provides tools that can help recognize green products, and supports eco-friendly innovative businesses. A greener economy means new growth and job opportunities. So it is eco-design, eco-innovation, waste prevention, and reuse of raw materials can bring net savings for EU business of up to euro 600 billion. Excuse me. The additional measures to increase resource productivity by 30% by the year 2030 could boost GDP by nearly 1%, while creating 2 million additional jobs. And it also benefits the environment and reduces world's greenhouse gas emissions. And the Europe 2020 strategy is the Commission's strategy for smart, inclusive, sustainable growth. And the Commission also actively supports businesses, administrations, and consumers so that together we can turn the Union into a resource efficient, green, and competitive low carbon economy. And this is one of the 3 objectives of the 7th Environment Action Program. And to get growing again and create new jobs, while contributing to the global sustainable development goals. Europe cannot, or the world cannot afford to waste this opportunity. The circular economy package can help us achieve green growth for Europe as well as the world. So you can see every action should be oriented towards sustainability. So the mantra is sustainable. Whatever it is, industrial ecology or circular economy, it should focus majorly on sustainability. So sustainable towards environment, economy, and growth. So everything should be focused on sustainable manner. So I thank the organizers of Pushpa Gujarat Science City for giving me this wonderful opportunity to be amongst the learned audience and the other school children. So with this, I conclude my talk, and now it is open for question and answers and other suggestions. If any suggestions are also most welcome.
So thank you very much, sir, for your very informative words towards the circular economy and how it boosts the sustainable development, and also the importance of recycling, reusing, and further reducing the waste material. I hope that from the audience, all of you have learned most of the things from the expert. So now it's a time to get some queries or some questions from the audience. So now I request from the audience if he or she want to get some clarification or have any questions regarding the Green Consumer Day or whatsoever the talk just delivered by our expert. Maybe in any language, Hindi or in English. So from the audience, किसी के पास अगर किसी को कोई क्वेरी हो या रिगार्डिंग कोई क्वेश्चन हो किसी के माइंड में, तो आप हमारे एक्सपर्ट से, I think most of the teachers are here from the different schools and the institutions. So anybody having any question?
Good evening, sir. I am Arshdeep Kaur from SPPS Convent School, Begwal. So my question is, what will happen if there is no sustainable development?
It's a really good question. See, if the development doesn't take place in sustainable manner, so whatever the industrial era has started, similar way it will be. So it will be causing more of environmental damages. And when we have environmental damages, more amount of damage, then to repair it, we need again economy. So the economy also will be in doldrum. So there will not be any growth at all. So that is the effect, non-sustainable manner if we do. Okay. So like in a nutshell, what the stage we are now, it will be like this if we do unsustainable manner of development. Am I clear, Dr. Arshdeep?
Is that clear? I think she must be. So anybody else?
There are two more hands raised. Angelina Kaur, and there was one more. Angelina Kaur is from SPPS Convent School.
Anji beta bolo. Ask your question.
How circular economy prevents in loss of biodiversity?
Yeah, so really mind-blowing question. In fact, a good question. See, if we do circular economy with respect to the environmental aspects, we can say the product. If we take any product, suppose if we take plastic itself, for an example. So if we use the plastic like raw material generation, product generation, then it is sent for use, and after use it is again recycled instead of disposed. If we dispose it, what will happen? Plastic being a non-degradable material, So it will remain in the ecosystem for a longer period. So when we dispose it in water system, like suppose ocean dumping is there. So in ocean, because of its polyvinyl, polypropylene material, so some amount of plastic material gets leached. So the leaching will affect the producer organisms. Okay, the primary producers are the plants, planktons and plants. Okay, so the plants, when it is growth are affected, the secondary, when that is the primary consumers are deprived of the plant material. So when the food is not available for the primary consumers, the zooplanktons, the zooplankton community will get reduced or shrink. When the zooplanktons, the primary consumer level reduces, the secondary consumers, small fishes, its population also will dwindle. Okay, so if the fish population dwindles, the tertiary consumers, the bigger fishes, big fishes population also will get dwindle. Okay, so thereby the fish catch will be less in ocean. So when fish catches are less, the human population, like other animals, consumers, and birds and other animals and human also will get affected. So thereby, though it is a simple process of dumping a waste onto a water system, water ecosystem, so it will affect the biodiversity of the food chain. It mainly affects the food chain and thereby causes food web change in food web also. So in order to avoid these things, so we need to think in a futuristic view. Whatever waste we dump, we should think of its consequences as at the bigger level. And in order to avoid that, we need to use this circular economy. So when we use the material, instead of dumping, it should be reused. So if it reused, it will be remain in our land only. So it will not go into the water ecosystem. Thereby, it doesn't affect its biodiversity. Okay. Am I clear?
Anji, or anybody?
Angelina?
Anybody else?
One Dr. Kamalpreet Kaur is there. Her hands are raised.
How we can recycle the things?
Pardon? How we recycle?
The things.
Things. Yeah. See, if we have any material, we, as I mentioned, in Europe and other Western countries, they have a flea market, means second-hand market. Okay, so they like in a community hall, they whoever has material to be sold, they come and display the materials on a table. Okay, in a like in our exhibition, whenever you must have been to exhibition, so we display materials, the products in the exhibition. So similar way, they display the material to be sold. Okay, so when people come and see the materials, and when they see and get attracted toward any material they want to buy, they can buy it and they can reuse it instead of wasting it. So otherwise, if a person dumps it into a dustbin, then it goes into landfill site, or it is simply they are dumping it somewhere else. So it will remain in the system and it affects the environment. So therefore, this system of reusing, recycling is a best option. So we can organize similar way in India also. Okay. Am I clear? Kamalpreet ji?
Is that clear to Kamalpreet? It is that time to go green. So finally, you should have some kind of questions. So bacho, yeah, teachers, I think that there are so many queries in your mind, but I don't know why you are not, asking, because it is the platform, it is the opportunity that we are having such a very renowned personality of expert with us today, where you can clarify, where you can get your doubts to be cleared. Sir, I have a queue, but my mic is not working. So you have to write it down, your question. My queue is that being, there is one chat box, one. Ritesh ji, can you please help me with the chat box? There's one question coming from in the chat.
I think a student has sent the question directly to your chat. It is not visible to me. You can open your chat box and.
There is one question: how can we contribute for sustainable development and also influence others for doing this? Yes, sir. This is the one of the question asked by from the audience. Sir.
Yeah.
How can we contribute for sustainable development and also influence others for doing this?
Yeah. So this is again, I have to explain from the beginning, all the process. Like we have to educate the people, make them aware of the sustainability options, and when we have sustainable option, so we may promote these ideas to the others, like our nearby neighbors and the colleagues, so that they also practice similar way. So as I mentioned about Kalundborg Denmark model, so similar way, any cluster of industries can come together and they can think of utilizing their waste product into as second man's raw material. So that way, that sustainability role can be made. Okay.
But sir, but she is asking what could be our contribution as a student.
Yeah, it's a generic aspect, general query. So if she has to think of like any material, she wants to use it as a recyclable one. So she should, like if we have a pen or a pencil in a school, suppose, or the notebook, like in US, the notebooks in the school children's notebook, they recycle it. When children finish his or her class 1, the when he promoted to class 2, the class first books are given to the school back, so that they will distribute it to the new other children. Second, it is recycled. So that way, it is already there. It is established in the US. Whereas in our Indian system, we are not promoting this. So we buy new things every year. So we can avoid this way. So we can start from the school level itself. So recycle of at least class books. Instead of notebooks, class books can be recycled. So at later stage, notebooks also can be recycled. So this is one example.
Okay, sir. Or कोई question, anybody from the audience?
Arshdeep Kaur has her hand raised.
Yeah.
No,
She has.
Yes.
Sir, here is the one question.
Yeah.
Sir, how can students contribute to the achievements of the sustainable development goals?
Achievements of sustainable development goals.
Yes.
Yeah. See, there are sustainable development goals are 17 goals as of now. There are, okay.
Okay.
UN has suggested, and now it is working for more now. From 17 to now 24, they are now increasing. 7 more goals are being added. Okay, so the draft is being prepared, so it will be out anytime. So if you follow that sustainable development goals of 17 UN goal, so that will give you a clear-cut picture of right from the life on earth, life on water, then health, healthy environment, everything is covered almost. Okay, so that you can follow it. So if you write sustainable development goal, UN sustainable development goal, you will get everything.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody else? So I think there is no more questions, sir. So moving further, now I request our Honorable Director, Dr. R. Grover, Director Pushpa Gujarat Science City, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks, please. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Manish. Thank you. And well, it's my pleasure to propose a vote of thanks. And I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Professor Krishna Murti, Kannan, Professor Academy of Scientific and Innovation Research and Chief Scientist at HTC Division, Niri Nagpur, for delivering an enlightening talk on circular economy for sustainable development. The major takeaway from his talk is that if we are really serious about protection and improvement of our environment, then we as consumers have the responsibility not only to adopt eco-friendly practices, but also develop environment-friendly behavior towards our consumption habits. And we are really grateful to you, sir, for sparing your valuable time and joining us to deliver an enlightening talk. And I also take this opportunity to express our gratitude to our worthy Director General, Dr. Nilima Jairat, for her presence, sharing her views and inspiring mentorship to organize this webinar. And I acknowledge the support received from my colleagues at Science City, especially Dr. Manish Soin, Scientist D coordinator of this webinar. My sincere thanks to all PGSC staff members who have been directly or indirectly associated with the organizing of this event. And I am thankful to all the participants, especially school teachers and students who have joined us on this platform and spared their valuable time and interacted with our expert. In the end, I thank you all. Once again. I thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.